Excuse the noise. I've been cleaning things out, trying to get rid of dust. You could probably tell in computers. And the air compressor is recharging right now, and I want to get this done because this is taking too long. What we have here is the basis of yet another VM host. Now, power supply's coming out, motherboard's coming out, video card's coming out, anything else that's in here is coming out. I'm using this case because it's already set up for this. You can see I've got all the blanks that I need, so I'm not going to have anything facing it. The idea is to fill the thing up with drives for as many ports as I possibly can. So that's what we're going to do. And, well, from there, you can figure out all of the details. The reason why I want another one is actually pretty simple. It's because the ones I've got now are getting pretty heavily used. And I've got some more things I want to do to take care of. Okay, so here's what's in here now. You can see it's one of these DQ67SW motherboards. I presume it's an i7, probably a 2600. Maybe a 3770, but probably a 2600. It's fully maxed out with RAM. I'm not really sure what RAM it is, probably 8 gigs, but this board's not of a whole lot of use to me. It's only got 4 SATA ports. If it had 6, I'd probably use it, but it's only got 4. And I want more. I want more than that. So, yeah, I should be able to put enough drives in here. I actually have 3 SATA plugs in here. I think there's 2 in the other one, so I'll have to come up with 1. I know I've got one sitting over there somewhere, so we should be good to go with respect to that. I'm going to have to find a slot blank for that because I'm not going to be putting a video card in here because I don't need one. This power supply is coming out. There's nothing wrong with it. It's 80 plus bronze certified, 600 watts, but I want to put a slightly bigger one in here anyway. Okay, so here we go. I've got an empty case now, with the exception of a case fan. But before I do anything else, you can see how dusty that is. I'm going to blow this out with the air compressor. Once again, so you know what's next. Yeah, looks much better. I'd like to get rid of these dumb stickers because they are completely meaningless now, but they don't come off very nicely, so I'm just going to leave them alone. But now I got to get the rest of the new parts over here. Okay, here it is. So, you can see there's the motherboard. It's one of these Q87M-E boards. It's got this big video card in it, but that's going to come out. Pretty much everything in this case is going to come out. Those 2 hard drives, I'm going to go ahead and reuse as long as they're good. The SSD is almost certainly good, but the hard drive I don't know about. But we'll do that, and then I'm also going to upgrade the RAM, and obviously I'm going to be using a different power supply. This is a slightly different one. You can see it's a slightly different model. This one actually has the fan in the back, Whereas the other one had the fan at the bottom. I don't know which one's better, but interesting little design difference nonetheless. So let me gut this case, or at least take the motherboard out, and all the other rest of the parts that I'm going to use, and we'll get them transferred over to this one. Alright, drives are installed, cables are plugged in, everything is ready to go for the power supply, which is brand new and has been sitting waiting for this progress, well, this project, for, well, entirely way too long now. Okay, there it is, installed. I realized after putting it in that it probably really was not well suited for this project because it's only got 5 SATA connectors, which is interesting, but it's got 3 Molecs. I don't know why it's got 3 Molecs. 1 would have sufficed. Maybe 2 maximum. But it's got 3, so whatever. We'll deal with that. One is going to have to deal with a Molex SATA adapter. But I'm going to set this up, power it up, make sure that it works. And then I'm going to set to upgrading the RAM. And then we can install the operating system. Okay, let's see what it does, just as is. Oh, I forgot to plug in the power. That's pretty important. Kind of needs power to turn on, right? Well, yep, here we go. See what it sees. Oh, password. Okay, well, that's revision 9030. i7-4790, so it's a little bit better than some of the other ones that I've got. 16 gigs of RAM, DDR3 1600. Date time correct. I just removed the password. I'm not going to worry about this. Oops, that's not even what I want. Yeah, I don't really get any overclocking options that I really care about. So, what I want to see is, does it see all the SATA devices? And of course, you know, because my life is a comedy, it does not. I don't know why it does not. That seems very strange to me. Okay, well, I don't know what the system's doing, but it's wrong. It's there. And we're going to assume that it's there because I'm right and it's wrong. So, there's that. I'm going to turn that feature off because it's stupid. And I don't need to worry about anything else because it is only going to boot to the SSD. And then I'm going to install Windows 8.1 on that SSD. Alright, one last thing that I almost forgot. I have upgraded the RAM. As you can see there, 2 brand new sets of DDR3 1600. And I'm pleased to report that the system actually sees all of the RAM. It seems to work. I don't know why it identifies it as 1333, but it is 1600. So, there's a nice little upgrade. Well, a necessary upgrade because it's going to be a VM host, so it needs more RAM. Remember how I said there wasn't a problem with any of the drives that were installed in here? Well, as it turns out, there was. It won't spin up. I don't know why. But it won't. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Control-Alt-Delete. And I'm going to try and install Windows. Let's see. Should be booting to the USB, which it looks like it is. Install Windows 8.1, which you've seen a million times. And we'll go from there. You know how long since it's been since I saw one of those? telling you, it's been a while. Okay, it's now inside where it will be. I've got it all configured, all up to date. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it there in place of the one that was removed. Went to a different location. I'm also probably going to put the side panel back on the other one, just because there's no real reason for it not to have a side panel. So we'll do that and fire it up, make sure that it works, and then we'll see where we go from there. Ready for this? Here we go. One thing I have noticed is that the SSD that this thing is using is incredibly slow, which is a trait that I've noticed with a lot of these Kingston SSDs. So, not sure how long we'll end up keeping it in here, probably until it dies. But I don't know how long it'll last in a server in 24/7 operation. That being said, it was in 24/7 operation in its last task, so it'll probably be just fine. Now I gotta do the fun thing of transferring the VMs over.